let's hope that Chelsea fold. That's what we're hoping for.
Let's
that
hope
Chelsea
they
fold.
Let's hope that Ollie goes and manages them. You got Steve McCarran, Steve Bruce as his number 2.
Steve Bruce. Hey, if Chelsea fold, no lie, all their fans are just going to become Arsenal fans again. Screw Tottenham, like I want to beat him. I want to batter them because this is the type of game where they like to show up in. Like they've been cacked all season, but no say they're going to put their shirt and their body on the line like they've been doing it all season. Like that's how they play. They're going to show some fake performance and try to do a thing. But no, we need to disrespect. We need to walk all over this team because they're dead, and I hate Conte. He's a fraud. So I would apologize for all those reasons. He is a fraud. Anyone that
Spartans, what is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Nights in the Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sport all the time. Got my guy ST in the building. How are you doing, sir?
Okay, welcome back. I'm happy to be here. Happy New Year to everybody. Big New Year.
Yeah, bro. Happy New Year to everybody. We are back. I said, people, listen, I know I promised that we would try to get back after Christmas, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Didn't manage to get back last week either, but there was no way we were going to miss this week. So happy New Year to everybody. I hope you all are well. I hope you have all recovered from Christmas. I know times are hard right now for some people, all that money that has been spent, but we are going to get through it. It's going to be your football therapy, and we are going to be discussing a whole lot that has been going on in the football scene right now. And it is a massive weekend in the Premier League. But people, as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, and I say all the time, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. ST, listen, massive weekend in the Premier League, people. Right now, we got Fulham Chelsea going on in the background. Currently 1-0 to Fulham, coming up to half-time. But massive weekend in the Premier League, bro. It is our Derby weekend special footy chat. We probably got the two. We'll take United Liverpool out of the equation. But when you take those two out of the equation, it's probably the two biggest derbies in the Premier League, as we have the Manchester derby, which will be happening on Saturday. And then we got the North London derby that will be happening on Sunday. And ST, if we start off with the Manchester derby, obviously, you and I both Man United fans. It's a sticky one. First of all, people, Ten Hag, or as I like to call him, Ten Heisenberg, is doing a fantastic job at the moment. It was all doom and gloom when we got that hammering against Brentford away. He's managed to turn it around. We're still in every competition, even though technically speaking, I wouldn't say we're in the title race, but mathematically, we're still in the title race. We're still in every competition that we are in at this moment in time. Currently fourth in the league. We're joined with Newcastle, so we've clawed back those points. Semi-final of the Carabao Cup, through to the next round of the FA Cup, and obviously we go back to the Europa League in February. So he's been doing a fantastic job right now. But the next 2 weekends are massive, and this is where we will see where we are at, and this is where we will see what Ten Hag is really about. But the first test is the Manchester derby at home. We remember the pain that we had in the away game. We got hammered 6-3, but the game was basically over at halftime. And Ten Hag said he learned a lot from that game. He said he learned from Pep in that game. I'm hoping that he learned from his mistakes, and we're on a great run since then. I think the last time we lost was Villa away. It was the last time we lost. I think we've won 8 games in a row in all competitions. City just coming off a loss to Southampton in the Carabao Cup, but I don't think they're really bothered about that. But more importantly, City dropped points to Everton at home. So when we put all this stuff together, bro, what are your expectations for this Manchester derby? Do you think that we can come away with something, considering the juggernaut that is Manchester City?
Oh, bro, I'm still worried. Like, I think that Man United are playing extremely well. Defensively, we are very solid. We're not scoring as many goals, but we're still scoring goals, and we're keeping a lot of clean sheets. My worry is that I feel like Man City kind of know in a way that for the past few seasons they've been superior towards us, and I think you mentioned this off air, inferiority complex. That's why I feel like the Man United have. So I'm kind of worried, if I'm being very honest. I still think we can get something, but I wouldn't put money on it. It's like, it's very hard to bet against City, especially after they've lost yesterday to Southampton. Even though it was the Carabao Cup, I know how Pep is. After you lose one match, he wants a reaction like that, and they usually go hammer teams. I hope that won't happen, but I'm kind of worried, if I'm being very honest. I think Southampton losing to beating Man City could have been bad for us. And I think that we have enough, we can match them, but that result especially, and the fact that we've not done well at Man City for the past like few years, it's kind of worrying for me. That's where I am at. I'm quite pessimistic usually. I'm the more optimistic one in comparison to you, way more optimistic, but I'm being honest, I'm worried.
Now I hear you. Listen, look, when you look at it, and as you said, Pep doesn't want to lose any game, and he takes the Carabao Cup very seriously. So the manner in which they lost that game yesterday, they were awful against Southampton. So he will be expecting a reaction, and that could be a problem for us. Yes, it was a weakened team. We understand that Haaland didn't start, De Bruyne didn't start, and all that, but they still had enough to go out there and beat Southampton side. I think they're bottom of the league or something like that. But so he'll be expecting a reaction, and what bigger reaction than in the Manchester derby? And yes, I feel like we do have an inferiority complex. City winning the amount of titles that they've won, having Pep there, the world-class players that they have, and we've lost 3 in a row. Obviously, we lost away to City this season, and we lost back-to-back last season. But under he who shall not be named, because we want to forget about that period of time at Manchester United Football Club. Oh, yeah. The one thing he did have is the beating of Pep. And I always said, and I said it the last time when we went away to City, that Ten Hag and Pep needs to look at that blueprint, because I think that is the way how you beat Manchester City. And I think we have the players to do that. But the back four picks itself, even though I think Darlow got injured in the Carabao Cup game. So it'll be Wan-Bissaka, which doesn't bother me too much because I trust him one-on-one against whoever it is, whether it be Phil Foden, whosoever it is. But apart from that, it will be Varane, Martinez, Shaw. So the back four picks itself. ST, where I have the issue is beyond that. And I think we both said it the last time we played City as well. Because I don't think Casemiro started the game. I think he went with Fred and Eriksen. And I said that would have been a big mistake. And I think it's a mistake going Casemiro, Eriksen in this game as well. I think we have to play Casemiro and Fred in the midfield. If I had my way, I'd drop Bruno completely and play Eriksen in the 10 and play the front three of Rashford, Martial, and Anthony. But I can't see Ten Hag dropping Bruno. So in that sense, I say still play Casemiro, Fred, and Eriksen, but put Bruno on the right-hand side. Because look, at the end of the day, we know Bruno doesn't turn up for big games. He never does. So we put him in the team to do a job, which is get the ball, whip crosses in. You know he likes to press and run up and down. Let him do that. And what he'll also do is he'll tuck in. When we're defending, he'll tuck in on the right-hand side and make the midfield even more congested. Because if we think about it, City are probably going to play their midfield is probably going to be Rodri, Gundogan, and De Bruyne. And then the front three will be Haaland, Foden, and could possibly be Mahrez with the form that he's in. So when we look at all of that, playing Bruno out wide isn't the worst thing in the world. The only thing that playing Bruno out wide would do is when we play on a counter, it will be a detriment to us because we need the pace of Rashford. We need the hold-up player, Martial. Martial needs to play someone else in as well. So Anthony. So I don't know what you think. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if you want to go with the same midfield three, don't change the women team. But I personally believe, I'd take Bruno out of the team completely, play a midfield three of Fred, Casemiro, Eriksen, play Anthony, Martial, Rashford up front. But if we don't drop Bruno, I say shift him out to the right. I don't know what you think.
It's so difficult now because, yes, I do. Casemiro definitely is playing. But I would personally, I agree with you. I would take Bruno off. What I think he might do is, I think he's going to probably stick with the same team, but he's going to expect Eriksen to drop back a little bit more than usual.
Oh, I don't
want it. I like Eriksen, but we don't. But they need to understand that the Eriksen, he's very intelligent defensively, but he's not quick, so they can overrun that midfield. Yeah. If it was up to me, I'd pick Fred, Casemiro, and Eriksen in the 10 for him to create. And I would drop Bruno. But I still think, and I think Fred should really play in this thing. But I think he won't play because what happened is, as much as I love Fred, on the ball, Fred can give the ball away a lot. And that's where I think in Ten Hag's thinking will come from. So I do think he will play Eriksen, but I think Man United will be better equipped this time. I don't think there's going to be a battering or anything like that. I think that he's going to keep Bruno, but if I'm being honest, it's up to Bruno to be more disciplined, which he's been, I'll be honest, this past few weeks actually. It's up to him to be, I'm just hoping he doesn't lose his head. That's all I can hope for, because if it was up to me, I wouldn't put Bruno in the team. But,
I wouldn't, because when I look at it, yeah, I'm like, what's he going to bring? Because do you press City? No, you don't. You don't press City, right? You trying to play the Hollywood passes ain't going to work. We know Bruno's not press resistant. We know he can't pass the ball 5 yards. His best attributes are he can press well, right? And he can press well. Like that.
And he can
like
shoot.
that. And he can press well.
Yeah.
Like that's his thing, in it. And in a game where we're not really gonna be trying to press Man City because they'll just play triangles around us,
there's no need for him to be there.
I just don't see any need for him at all.
Agree.
I think I understand what you're saying with Fred and what Ten Hag's thinking will be, but bro, we need the legs. We need the legs in the midfield. McTominay can't see this game. He can't see this game. Let's just put that out there. Because we saw what happened. We got carved. We got carved away at the Etihad, carved open. And I know you can say that can happen to any team, but my problem is that I've seen it in previous games. Even the game against Charlton, when they counted us, we looked open. The game against Forest at home in the first half, we look open. We look so open. And it's partly because we're going to press high, which is fair enough. We're pressing teams and whatnot. That doesn't bother me. But my whole thing is that having Eriksen, you can play Eriksen in the midfield in those sort of games. These next two games, City at home and Arsenal away, Christian Eriksen can't play in a two in midfield. He can't. No. He can't. But unfortunately, I think the manager, and don't get me wrong, I trust the manager, but he can't be so arrogant against especially against Man City. He can't be so arrogant.
No.
Because we're going to be under pressure as it is. The last thing we need is to make it easy for City for them to be able to just carve us open so easily.
No. But the issue is, unfortunately, as well, Bruno is our captain as well on the pitch. And that's another issue. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's done a bad job. I think he's done all right. But it's the fact that I agree with you. Personally, for this game, if it was up to me, I wouldn't play him. Because I need to look at the person's attributes. Against the smaller teams, when you can press well and the players are not so press resistant or anything like that, Bruno's like, you know what, Bruno's fine. Against guys that were Rodri, Gundogan, who keep the ball really well, Grealish, Foden, all these guys, they can deal with pressing and stuff. They can just play between the lines. It has no use for Bruno to be there. Bruno can press well, and he can shoot a little bit, but it's like that's not what we need in the sense. Whereas we need legs, so you need Fred could go in there for me personally, and then what also helps is that Fred and Casemiro have played with each other, so they'll know each other's strengths, and obviously they'll know Eriksen's strengths because Eriksen is very easy to play with. You can link the play together, and I'd prefer him higher up the pitch personally. That's my thing. So that Fred and Casemiro can do his run, and yet Casemiro can also pass, and then Eriksen can then go into space like he was doing when he was playing for Tottenham, and he can dictate the play. And then that will give license for Martial. He can link up with Martial. And then obviously Anthony is very good. Anthony, even though he's not an 85 million player, one thing is Anthony keeps the ball in general very well, apart from the last 2 games. And you got Martial who keeps the ball very well and dictates. And then you got Rashford going in behind. That's what I would do.
Exactly. And because it's not all doom and gloom. We've got stuff that can hurt City as well. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. If Eriksen plays in the 10, the ball's getting looked after and he's playing in. We know, listen, one thing we know, Tony loves playing City.
Yeah.
Tony loves playing City. In the last game, the game against that's here, 2 goals. The hold-up play that he has. Remember when we went in during lockdown, we played them. It was 2-0. He didn't score, but he won the penalty and he was a nuisance against City. I think Luke Shaw scored the second goal, and I think Bruno scored the penalty. Right?
Yeah, and he got man of the match that day.
Exactly. Tony loves playing City. We got that one thing. Rashford in the form of his life. He's in the form of his life. And he shut me up and he proved me wrong because I was the first person calling him Trashford. I'll hold my hands up. I don't care. I was the first person saying sell him. PSG want him, sell him. He's turned it all around. But he's a confidence player. That's what he does. But as I've said countless times, bro, I said the man hadn't been coached since Van Gaal. And now he's got a manager that's come in and is coaching him again and giving him the confidence. And that's why you're seeing a different Rashford. Casemiro, listen,
this guy is the baller.
Mate. And don't get me wrong, I was one of the people that was like, I didn't have an issue with the player. It was the money spent.
Yeah. Because
I know Casemiro's class. You don't win 5 Champions Leagues and be pivotal to Real Madrid, and Ancelotti didn't want you to go if you weren't good. It was just the money that we paid for him. That was my issue. But he's come in and he's settled in and he's slotted in and he's showing people why he is the player that he is and why he is that damn good. And this is the other reason why I say Eriksen doesn't need to play in that midfield. Because Casemiro can play them passes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Casemiro can play them passes.
He can.
So this is it. And Anthony, he frustrates me.
Yes.
He frustrates me, but he needs time. And I'm going to try and give him time. But he frustrates me because there's 2 reasons why. He slows down the play, holds on to the ball too long. Those are the 2 reasons why. So, but he'll learn. He will learn. Yeah. But I think he needs to play because the front 3, we need to have that pace on the counter-attack. We need to. It is. There's no point. That's why I say there's no point having Bruno out on the right because that just leaves Rashford and Martial. And Martial's not really going to run in behind. He's going to hold it up. So he needs runners beyond him. That's where Rashford and Anthony come in. Bruno's not going to do that.
No.
Right? So we've got tools to hurt Man City ourselves, but you have to respect the animal that is Manchester City. And Haaland, 21 goals in the Premier League already. I think it's right. He embarrassed us away, enjoyed it. And we have to find a way to stop him. And the way to stop him is to stop the supply from De Bruyne. Him and De Bruyne destroyed us. And this is what I'm talking about, ST, when I say making it easy, them carving us open, having too much time on the ball. If we play Casemiro and Fred, I think it will be Fred's job to stop Kevin De Bruyne from supplying the passes to Haaland. I have every faith in Varane and Martinez. If we can limit Haaland in terms of getting him the ball, I think those two can deal with him. With Martinez's tenacity, Varane's experience, I think it's going to be difficult. It's going to be like dealing with Michael Jordan, LeBron James. It's going to be like dealing with Didier Drogba, Thierry Henry. This is where this guy is, not in terms of what he's done, but in terms of the challenge that it is to deal with this guy. But I have every faith that those two can do a job as long as Casemiro and Fred play at the base of our midfield. I think where it falls apart, again, is if Eriksen and Casemiro play. But ST, how do we stop Haaland? Because we saw Everton, when they got the point at the Etihad, at the Etihad, what was it? Is it Gordon? No, his name Gordon. I can't remember the defender's name. Godfrey, yeah. And he wound him up. He got into him, and he managed to, do a little thing. Even though Haaland did score in that game, he managed to make it a battle. Do we go down that route in terms of stopping him, or is it just a case of stop the supply, we stop the man?
For me, stopping the supply is one thing, because one thing, I'll be honest, Kevin De Bruyne is a good player, but again, I'll also say this is probably a wild thing to say. Kevin De Bruyne is not as press resistant as people think he is. It's just that because he gets the ball a lot, he has a lot of opportunity to pass to Haaland. It's a bit simple for him. As you said, we need to cut his supply line because Haaland relies on that. If you notice, and I know you were saying this at the start of the season, anybody who's seen him, who's watched Haaland play, Haaland can go missing for 85 minutes all the time because his link-up play is not great.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't run in behind very often enough. His touch is okay, but it's not there. He's quite big and cumbersome. So the issue to get him, you need to stop De Bruyne from supplying him. I think that they can, because once that's because I have full faith in Haaland and what's his name, Varane, being able to control them differently. And what I like is that they're two different defenders. You got Lissandro is very tenacious as well, who can also pick a pass, and Varane is just very calm. Very surprisingly, he's actually covering and sweeping very well. And actually, I didn't realize this. He's actually pretty decent on the ball as well. So that's what I would do. I would stop the supply line to De Bruyne, because if you stop him, Man City don't play. That's what it is.
It's true.
As good as Rodri and Gooden are, they kind of they want to dominate the midfield, but then the thing is they then have to pass it to De Bruyne, because if you notice, I'm not sure. I think it was Gundogan who played higher up. It didn't work for City. Not that Gundogan's a wonderful player, a rubbish player. He's a great player, but he's not that type of player you will find that incisive pass like that. And the way to stop him is to do that. Is to stop De Bruyne. Also, we also have to watch out for the wingers. It's going to be very important, on which Anthony and Rashford have been doing. They've been tracking back. They've been tracking back a lot, both of them.
Yeah.
And they're going to need to double up on, I'm presuming it'll either be Mahrez or Grealish, or on the other side.
I think it'll be Mahrez and Foden.
And then Foden on the other side.
Or
Alvarez.
Nah. Bernardo Silva loves playing against us.
Oh,
so
yes,
it could be Bernardo Silva and Foden.
Okay. So if it's any of this, they've got so much options. But if it's any of those guys, it's very important we double up on them. And I think that's one thing I've noticed Rashford and Anthony doing. Those two will need to come back. As you said, Anthony is very frustrating because you know what it is. He does slow down our attacks. But one thing I will say, in general, he keeps the ball. And that's one thing we're going to need, because we're going to have the ball. We're going to be, we won't have the ball for long
period. Yep. No, we won't.
So we know that. So the way to stop Man City is it's a bit like what Southampton did. Southampton did it, but slightly better. When they had possession, they were making it tough. They were getting, and one thing, we need to utilize our wings, because I was noticing that Kyle Walker Peters, I think his name was, was always free.
Yeah,
always free. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I know it's a weaker team, but like, if Man United were to get that space between Rashford and Anthony, we'd kill them.
It's true. It's true, and this is it. Pace is the key. We saw what happened with Damari Gray for Everton. We saw what happened with Southampton.
Yeah.
Remember the Newcastle game? Saint Maxi was killing them.
Yeah.
Pace is the thing that kills Manchester City. And when you look at it, the fullbacks are in great form. Kyle Walker's just come back from injury. Then you have João Cancelo, who looks all out of sorts. So we can get at City. It's just a case of we can't leave ourselves too exposed. And that's going to be the key. But ST, finally, on this, we had Pep Guardiola come out and say he's having some crazy ideas about the Manchester derby, and he might do some wild things. Obviously, he's coming up with the mind games, trying to get into Ten Heisenberg's head. I don't think Ten Heisenberg's going to rise to it. But we saw the game against Chelsea in the league, bruv. Man had João Cancelo playing right wing. He was like playing with only 2 centre-backs. Like did something crazy, and it didn't work. Do we need to bank on Pep doing something crazy? Because we've seen it and it doesn't work. We saw at Bayern Munich, he wanted to play Alaba and Lahm in midfield. We saw in the Champions League final when he went out without a holding midfielder. When Pep gets bored and he goes into his madman thing, he does get it wrong. So are we also banking on Pep to do something crazy? Yeah, I can see it. Are we also banking on Pep doing something crazy in order for us to try and get a result?
Yes. But I don't think he'll do it, to be honest.
Neither do I.
I think he's just, you know what it is? He's just trying to get, he knows that, you know what it is? I don't think he'd be doing it if Man United weren't playing well. I don't think he would care. But what it is that Man United have been really consistent. And he's like, oh, how am I going to throw them off? Let me do mind games. Fergie used to do it with other teams. All the top managers do it. But Ten Hag just needs to play what he has in front of him. If he does do that, then we have to adjust accordingly. That's what we can do. It's like a boxer. A boxer will not know how a person is going to fight, but we have to feel them out in the first 10 rounds. The first few minutes, don't make a mistake. Once you see what they're doing, figure them out and adjust on the fly.
This is it. And one thing we know about Ten Heisenberg, bruv, his in-game management is really good. And the substitutions are going to be vital, bro. And we have every faith in our manager. We trust our manager. We finally got the manager that we believe that's going to bring us forward. We're way ahead of schedule in terms of where we thought we would be.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. Yeah.
Obviously, it's only halfway through the season. Anything could happen. Obviously, I think Weghorst is almost done. But yeah, just on that, the Weghorst thing. Obviously, we saw João Felix go to Chelsea. Memphis hasn't been mentioned, and now we're bringing in Weghorst alone. I understand it's a different player, but do we really want someone like that? Did we need Weghorst? What's your thoughts on that transfer?
Weghorst wouldn't have been my first signing. I would have wanted Memphis. But I guess what he's trying to come from is that, let's be honest, Memphis, as good as Memphis is, he's got similarities to, let's say, Martial. He's got a little bit of Rashford in him. He's got a little bit of Anthony in him in the way he plays. I'm thinking, Ten Hag is thinking like, oh, he's got all these players that are similar to similar to the way the player plays. He wanted something different. This is what I'm thinking. I trust him. It's because the only reason why I'm saying this is because I trust Ten Hag with the decisions he's making. I understand why he did it. Personally, I would have gone for Depay first because I think Depay is dirt cheap, and I think Depay will make
4 mil.
4 mil quality. Yeah,
4 mil. 4 mil for Memphis.
And he's
that's why. But that's why I was like, what? But I think 2 things, ST. One, we've got the whole situation with the Glazers and then wanting to sell. So I can't see money being thrown about too much in the January transfer window. And 2, I think Ten Heisenberg is looking at the summer and Memphis would have been a buy at Barcelona, want him bought. And I don't think Ten Hag wanted that because he's got his eye on sugarcane, because sugarcane will only have a year left in the summer. Tottenham are still going to want 150 million. But I think that's what United are looking at. And this is why Weghorst has been brought in just as a temporary, something different. If we can't break it down, cause havoc. We saw what he did in the World Cup against Argentina and whatnot. So I get it. And when you look at it through all of that, then you understand why he's done it. Not my first choice, but I get it. And it probably will be the only business that we do in the January transfer window, which again, I think isn't good enough. But it is what it is for where we are at. Because at the end of the day, I'm still looking at the Europa League as the most important thing in terms of getting into the Champions League next season. But ST, bro, talk to me. Manchester Derby, bro. What's your thoughts? First of all, how do we approach it, and your score prediction?
As I said, we need to do it as a professional, as a really high level boxer. Let's take Terence Crawford, for example. He's someone that he starts off slow, but he's analyzing what his opponent's going to do, takes the shots, rides them, make sure he analyzes what they're doing, and then towards like the third, fourth round, he starts picking it up. I'm just hoping Man United don't start too slow, but we start confident in the sense that we don't over press, because if you press too much, the City will play through you. So we press, but if we are going to press, we press as a team and as a unit. Goal wise, I'm gonna go 2-2.
Listen, fair play. Look, at the end of the day, bruv, Ten Heisenberg, bruv, my manager, bruv.
Serious, man.
I think we can win it 2-1, bruv. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope you're right.
Everyone's probably looking right now like, what? He said 2-1. I said it with chest, bruv. Ten Heisenberg, my manager, 2-1, right, bruv. Tony and Rashford, bruv, goals, and probably an own goal. That's the only way City are gonna score, an own goal, bruv. An own goal. Pep is gonna get schooled. This is what I'm telling people. Pep is gonna get schooled. Of course, I fucking don't think that, bruv. I still think City are gonna beat us. I can't lie. I can't lie, bro. I can't lie.
Will you just get what goal were you? You became Seller for a little bit.
Look, I hope for a draw. Yeah. I hope for a draw. But my theory is Ten Hag is going to play that midfielder, Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno. And I think we're just going to be too easy and too open. And I think City could probably come out of this and win 3-1. But I'm hoping for a draw. I'm hoping for a 1-1 draw. Obviously, I want to win. I hope we win, but my realistic expectation is a 1-1 draw. But I could see City winning this. It all depends. I won't be 100% sure where I'm going until I see the team sheet and see who's playing and who's not. Yeah. Then I can make a decision. But if he goes with that midfield three of Bruno, Eriksen, and Casemiro, I can't see us winning. But if it's Fred, Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno, I can see us getting a draw. But people, we shall see what happens in the Manchester Derby. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be crazy. We know that it can be unpredictable at times, and we're going to see where Man United are at. And also remember, City are going for the league. They can't afford to drop points. Obviously with the form that Arsenal are in, and that is where we're going to segue into ST, because the second part of the Derby weekend special is the North London Derby, Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. Arsenal currently top of the league, 5 points clear of Manchester City. Spurs, I think, are fifth right now. I think they're 2 points behind us, or something along them lines. So ST, listen, North London Derby, always massive. These two teams, I think last season, they met at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They were both going for top four. This season, Arsenal are going for the title. Spurs are going for top four, bro.
A few moments later.
Fulham just scored, bro.
Fulham scored. João Felix is sent. Hey, listen.
Wait, please, can we, bro, can we just, because I just got a message from the truth, we might jump on for the NLD, so we're going to pause the NLD for a moment, bro, because we just have to laugh at Chelsea, bro, I'm sorry.
You see that racist club, yeah? Yeah.
Bro, listen, listen.
You see what God is saying?
ST, you know me, bro. You know, right? Obviously, Liverpool and Man City will forever be our rivals, bro.
Yeah.
But you know how much I hate Chelsea and their fans, bro. You know. And, bro, there is nothing better to see in life than Chelsea suffering, bro.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, my days. Like, this is a club who was nobody got bought for £1, right? Bought the league, yeah, and everything. Anytime you talk to a Chelsea fan, it's like, well, we won the Champions League. If an Arsenal fan tries to Chelsea, we won the Champions League. If it's a Man United fan, when was the last time you won the league? Hey, Chelsea, what have you done for me lately, bruv? What have you done for me lately, bruv? Listen, embarrassed by City in the FA Cup, bottled it against City in the league. I think before that, bro? I can't even remember how many teams.
Brighton slapped them. Potter went back home. Potter went back home and they said, nah, bro. They
slapped them differently.
Slapped them. Yeah.
Who else, bro? Obviously, Arsenal beat them. At Stamford Bridge. Brentford, was it Brentford? I can't even remember, bro.
I think Brentford sacked them.
Listen, Chelsea, bruv, how dare this club, right, try and chat to other clubs, bro?
Scumbag.
Bruv, they are in turmoil, bro. Their owners thinking right now, bruv, he's trying to do trades. He's trying to think up trades, man said this bro.
Is NBA, you know, NBA.
Bruv, he's trying to do a thing there where bruv, Todd Bowley, bro. He's trying to do trades, bro. He's looking for the draft, bro. He's looking at draft picks. That's what João Felix is right now. He's a draft pick, bro. He's like, oh yeah, we can keep him and then send it. Bro, he's dead food, bro. You got this Yankee throwing money like to say money isn't an object, like it's Monopoly, bro. That's what this guy thinks is a Monopoly.
You know the man that you know the man, yeah, that never had no girl in school or had no personality, but now they only got to come up. They've got money, but they still don't have the personality.
Bro,
that's basically
he don't know what
Bowley.
He's doing. Bro,
yeah.
He's buying kids. He's just buying a whole bunch of kids, thinking that's gonna get him out, man. Threw money at an injured player for Fafana, bro. Sterling wanted to come back to London, bro. He bought Aubameyang back to the Premier League for what reason? I do not know. João Felix, bro. Do you know how much, bro? 16 million loan.
They're taking a piss.
Yeah, for João Felix, and man came to the Chelsea and got sent off, bro.
Already. And bro, I'm like, you know, Todd Bowley reminds you of, you know, them girl that them girl that go fly out to Dubai and do all that madness. Todd Bowley looks like the type of guy to fly them out to do the madness. That's basically what he's doing. Basically, that's what he's on.
Bro, this is it, and it couldn't help happen to a nicer club, bro.
Yeah.
It couldn't happen to a lot, but the suffering that Chelsea fans deserve because they're out of the Carling Cup, they're out of the FA Cup,
they're 10th.
The Premier League is a non-factor, and bro, they're not even the best team in West London right now.
Oh yeah,
they're not even the best team in West London bro.
They're
now.
They're not even West London. They're Southwest.
All of a sudden, it's a West London derby. You're in Southwest London, bro.
Southwest,
bro. You're not even the best team in Southwest.
Yeah, bro.
You're not even the best team in Southwest, bro. It's beautiful to watch.
So lovely.
It's beautiful to watch, and long may the suffering continue for Chelsea Football Club, bro. I'm talking relegation battle, bro. Graham Potter, bro, looking more like Potter's Bar right now, bro. Literally looking more like Potter's Bar, bro. The Hogwarts Express has been derailed, bro. He's done for, bro. Chelsea are finished.
I want them to go back to the days of Dennis Wise, Mario Stantich, Paul Osgood. I want them man to go back to the days where they had, when Chelsea had the borders back in Stamford Bridge. You didn't have the proper buildings. They had like those like concrete. I want them to go back to when they were sponsored by Umbro and them things there, bro. I want Chelsea to
fam, they got Felix, fam. What are you guys saying? They got Felix.
Chelsea,
he got sent off.
Bruv,
Chelsea but they got Felix though.
Bruv, Chelsea gonna be sponsored by Made in Chelsea.
I love Felix,
soon,
but
bruv.
he's not the one for them, man. Listen,
Bruv,
Felix,
João
is an idiot.
João Felix came, saw Potter's tactics. Bruv, João Felix came, saw Potter's tactics and said, nah, bruv, I'd rather get sent off.
No, but João Felix is an agent. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. How are you gonna go?
Allow him, fam. He's just excited, man.
No. Let me tell you this, yeah. How are you gonna go from Atletico Madrid, yeah, anti-football, to Chelsea that's anti-football right now, bro? Does that make sense?
No, I didn't know anti-football. Let me hop on. Let me hop on here.
Yeah, go on.
Bruv, I love people. Look. People, we want to say welcome back to the tree.
Happy New Year.
Bruv, people tried to do him like Andrew Tate, but he said, I will not be denied. And he is back. He is back. What are you telling me?
Fam, they're trying to silence me, but I will not be silenced, fam. I will not be silent. People need to know the truth. The truth will set you free. The truth of the king in the jungle before the lion.
Welcome back.
What you saying? What you telling me?
We just been slandering Chelsea for the past 5 minutes.
I know. I can hear, fam. Rashid's ears were burning. So there must be something going on. He said his ears were burning. He said sorry. He said, tell the judge Jordan sorry, fam.
Fam, listen, how has there ever been a bigger fall from grace, fam?
Fam, it's not a fall from grace. I predicted this years ago. There's only so long you could go on with their shambolic culture in terms of hiring and sacking managers, buying all kinds of players without scouting their mentality. Like it's not like all teams now are different. United are going on different in terms of the profile of players they're getting. Arsenal are going on different in terms of profile of players they're getting. Like all clubs, like Liverpool, I know they're a bit shaky, but in terms of profile, they're looking for players that have that fight in them, that have that dog in them. Like Chelsea just signing any who's like person that plays football. Like these guys don't have it. Don't get me wrong. Felix is a baller, but he don't have it.
No, he made the wrong decision.
That's what I'm saying. He's an idiot. Why would you come to Chelsea? That is you know what it is? It's because people don't want to pay his money.
Nah, that loan fee was dumb. That loan fee was dumb.
It was dumb, but he could have gone to Atletico and said, look, I'm just going on loan, lower the fee. He signed a new contract here, a year extension. So Atletico can get more money. Fam, I would have used that year's extension to be like, look, lower my loan fee. Let me go out there. Let me ball out. Let me go to United. Let me go to Arsenal. Let me ball out. And then it's going to raise my price. You got an extra year in your contract. So then you could charge even more. But nah, like, if I'm like, let me just get out of here. Let me just go.
No, but you know what it is? Jorge Mendes doesn't even care about the progression of his players, bro. He just wanted that check. Yeah. And as for African defenders, you see African defenders, we need to get onto them. You see Koulibaly, that guy, brother. He's 35. He's 35 now. He's not his age. He's not his age.
Hey.
He's not his age.
Bruv, them MRI things need to come true for so many more of these players, bro.
Hey, you know what? Now that you said that, I didn't.
He's not his age.
I've always thought about. I'm like, wait, this guy looking like he's a geriatric, like he's looking about to go into the 60 old photo. I'm like, why is he moving like that? Like all of a sudden, like, why is he moving like that? It makes sense now. Man is actually 45 years old.
He's 45.
Like it's true. You're right. Yeah.
How old is Koulibaly? Koulibaly is supposed to be my age, bro. Are you telling me he looks as young as this guy? He's lying. He's fake. He's a liar.
45. Man playing at Mertesacker.
Even Mendy had a fall off as well, but he's a goalkeeper because it doesn't matter. But you know what it is? That man there, they're not real age. Their man are 45.
Yeah, hey, please go investigate this man. We need an investigation.
Eto said that no more embarrassment.
Eto's a joker.
Eto's hilarious, man. I love that guy. I swear, that's my favorite striker of all time. He's bro. I love him. Honestly,
Sorry.
What's the score?
No, it's still 2-1.
2-1. Man, how can How can Felix play and get sent off? You couldn't write it.
Wait, hold on. I didn't see the challenge. Man was running home. What is it?
No, I didn't see it. All I saw
We
was
haven't
the
seen
red
it.
card.
I saw the red card. I saw the notification. I saw Felix. I was like, yeah. Hey, Chelsea.
Oh, so you don't know what?
No. I didn't see it. But bro, who cares, bro?
Who cares?
Who cares, bro?
You see that racist
here.
club?
Well, so Chelsea officially done. What you think they're officially done?
No, I don't
For
think
this
they're done.
No, they're not done. But for this season, yeah.
Nah, this season, man.
Bro, all they've got to fight for is the Champions League.
Yeah,
and they ain't winning
they're not
that.
winning the challenge. Yeah,
They're not winning that.
they'll beat Milan. But apart from that, they won't go through. They won't go
They
further.
have Milan. They got Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Oh yeah, sorry, Dortmund.
Nah, they'll beat Dortmund.
They'll beat Dortmund.
Actually, I don't know.
They'll beat Dortmund.
I don't know. It depends on who's the manager at that time.
Sure?
It depends on who's the manager.
Dortmund are not great this year.
Potter's not getting sacked.
No, he's not getting sacked. No.
You sure?
Potter's gonna get sacked.
I don't think.
Yeah,
No, I don't think
he's not getting sacked.
Listen. This is Chelsea.
I think no matter how bad Chelsea do, they can't sack him just for the reason they gave him a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's like, if you do that, then you actually look more stupid than not sacking him. If you get what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Fam, Newcastle gave Pardew a 6-year deal, bro, and sacked him after that.
But the thing is, he stayed longer. He stayed longer as well. You need to understand that Potter's just come in now, bro, and Tuchel's just been sacked. They'll give him at least another year.
Definitely.
It wouldn't make sense, definitely. And plus the compensation fee is still way too high if they sack him.
They'll look too stupid. They'll look too stupid.
Yeah, they're not stupid.
Regardless of thing.
Bro, Chelsea are a stupid football club, bro.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, racist football club.
Bro, they're a stupid football club, bro. We know what they're about. It's all about glory now and not trying to build, bro. Like, listen. This is sensational, bro. I like watch, bro. Listen, you see if Cooking with Rash was on this right now, bro. I want answers. Bro, because this guy's always got chat about the past. But what have you done for me lately, bro?
This guy was the
man
one
said Ten Hag was gonna get sacked before the end of the season, bro. My manager, are you crazy?
I want no answers yet because I saw this coming a mile away. I was just waiting for the ship to burn. It just lasted a bit longer than I thought. But ever since what's his name? Ancelotti, the game was over. The game was over.
I say ever since Emenalo left, I said because his recruitment strategy was good. After that, I said, yeah, you men are not serious because you're not recruiting.
You guys need to remember, since Ancelotti, they've only won 2 titles.
Yeah.
2 Premier League titles.
Yeah, Jose and Conte, innit?
Conte, yeah.
Won only 2 Premier League titles. I know they won 2 Champions League within them, but those 2 Champions League was more of a product of what they're doing in terms of having, that was a fluke on the Di Matteo and it was another fluke on the Tuchel. They just had the money and the squad that were capable of pulling off those flukes. Don't get me wrong, it was a good achievement, but let's be real. Teams that have built something and I find it harder to go on and win the Champions League because the process takes longer. Like they went for short term, they got the short term, but now that short term starting to get scarce, fam. Like 2 Premier League titles, considering the money they spent in 10 years now? No, more than that. When did Ancelotti win the title?
2009-10.
9-10. So 12 years they've won 2 Premier League titles, considering the money that they spent.
But then when you look at it, remember, fam, it's going to be 10 years since we won the league.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you guys spent poor money. We all know the troubles of Man United. Everyone knows the thing of Man United. Everyone thinks that Chelsea have been successful, but when you consider that Roman coming in 2004 and 2010 and winning, was it 3 titles?
Yeah, 3 titles, 2 for Mourinho and 1 for Ancelotti.
Yeah, and then you go another 12 years and they've only won 2 titles. You start to see it's not as rosy as everyone thinks it was or is. Like, if you're doing that kind of success. If you're doing that kind of money, then you're looking at Man City type of levels. You're looking at PSG type of levels. You're looking at who else? All the top clubs.
Bayern Munich and them lots. Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at those type of levels. Yeah. But I know the Premier League is a beast, but come on, more than 2 titles in 12 years.
So let me ask you this question: If they finish 10th, you don't really think Potter's keeping his job?
Yeah. I do. The compensation is too high, bro. Honestly,
You're gone.
No, I was gonna say the compensation fee is too high, and you made a very good point. Truth, they've only just sacked Tuchel. If you're sacking him now, Chelsea are gonna look really stupid for doing it. And honestly, there are not a lot of good managers out there that are
Which is
going to be able
available.
which is a bit well, apart from Poch. But would Poch go there? Maybe.
Robert Ole.
Hey, yes. Bring him
pray.
there. I pray. Bring him there.
I
Bring
can
him
only
there.
pray.
He goes.
You guys are bad
Oh,
minds.
mate, that would
You
be
guys are bad
sensational.
minds.
Bruv, that would be
Nah,
great.
nah, like
If-
that. I
He
heard
goes to
from
Chelsea.
a fan.
If he goes to Chelsea, I'm telling you, I'm tuning into every Chelsea match because I know Chelsea are going down.
You guys are bad minds.
Listen,
Relegation settings, bro.
I would have wished that I'm an enemy. But look,
You're-
yeah, I've heard fans. I've heard
why are you
fans
trying to
say
be nice for? Why you come on?
if they finish 16th, like they still get Potter gets that time, and look, he does, because the way Chelsea are running at the moment, like, let's be real, Felix, I don't even think he's a Potter signing.
No,
I don't think he's a Potter signing. That what's it? I can't remember his name.
About this Benoit, which one?
about the Sherry or something like that.
Benoit. Yeah,
Yeah, Benoit.
let's call him Chris Benoit.
He's got a 7-year deal in it.
Boy, wait. Let's not call him Master Chris. Yeah. Bruv, you just come back.
Actually,
You don't try and
scratch
get
that.
cancelled again, you know?
I know. I just realized. I didn't realize he shall not be named. Like, let's call him Benoit. Yeah, even him. Like, I don't think Potter really goes after these type of players, to be honest. Like, who else did they sign? They signed a few youngsters. I know he's still
Some
trying
people
to
The
carry
other
on.
Fofana.
Fofana, you obviously Nkuku's coming in summer.
Like, do
Nkuku-
any of these deals feel like Potter's, like, is
I think
some signing players? I'd say Potter.
Maybe in Cuckoo would be a Potter sign, but even that was before Potter was here. Maybe in
Yeah,
Cuckoo, in Cuckoo would definitely like Potter. Well, Potter would like in Cuckoo signing, but I think what's happening is a lot of big clubs. Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, I think what's happening is that he's probably been given a list and he's been told who you're gonna sign, and you're gonna work with this player, that player, and you have to make it work. That's what I think. I don't think he gets a proper say in it, if I'm being honest.
But this is a problem for a coach like him, because
I agree.
He's not the likes of Conte or the likes of Mourinho or even Pochettino to an extent. Like, he needs to get his profile of players, someone that's willing to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to learn and work under Potter. I'm going to listen to his every instruction, because Potter's in depth. Potter's no mud. I like, as much as people are making fun of him.
He's a good manager.
He's a very good manager. Very good manager.
Trust me, this guy's done his education. I've got nothing against Graham Potter at all, because I respect people that respect the game, and he respects the game. This guy's gone and done his research. He's gone to school. He's gone to university. You know, he's done his work on football. We call it, they call it taking class. He's taken his class from all the best. Like, when he's talking about football, I'm talking about a guy that talks about angles, patterns of plays, why you receive the ball in a certain way, why you would take a certain touch. Like, he's that in depth. But if the team are already set players that have that mindset that I'm already a star, then it's harder for him to implement. So this is why it's a trouble for him getting players like Nkunku, who's used to playing in Champions League, Felix, that's used to playing in Champions League, Koulibaly. All these players probably have the mindset like, I've already made it. This guy's just come from Brighton. What does he know about playing at the highest level? And that's not the players that you can work with, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's a bad culture right now, and they're gonna have to get it right soon, or they have to say this is the process. But I know Chelsea fans don't like that.
No, it's true, and let's hope that Chelsea fold. That's what we're hoping for.
Let's hope they fold. Let's hope that Ollie goes and manages them. You got Steve McCarron, Steve Bruce as his number 2.
Steve Bruce. Hey, if Chelsea fold, no lie, all their fans are just going to become Arsenal fans again. That's where they
Lampard in the academy. Listen, We need all these guys here.
Listen. Chelsea are struggling, and it is great to see.
Beautiful.
We love it. We absolutely love it. But yes, people, before we go, we can't let the truth come on and not talk about Arsenal. We can't let them go and not talk about Arsenal. Truth, obviously, big game coming up this weekend. North London derby. Arsenal currently top of the league. Obviously, the title is in your hands. Was it 5 points? 5 points is the gap right now. Man City, a massive gap in terms of points. Obviously, Arsenal will be rooting for United to do them a favour, but truth is North London derby.
Not even.
Truth, it is the North
Man City win.
It is the North London derby.
I'll tell you.
Tottenham, it's away at Tottenham, obviously a ground that hasn't been a happy ground. I think I said it to ST earlier. It used to be the 3-point lane. Now it's the no-point lane at this moment in time. What are your thoughts on the game? Because as we know, if City win the Manchester derby, I think it is a must-win for you lot to win the North London derby just to keep the gap of points the way that it is.
2 parts. Literally what you just said. First of all, going to Tottenham, like, screw Tottenham. Like, I want to beat him. I want to batter them. Because this is the type of game where they like to show up in. Like, they've been cacked all season. But no say they're going to put their shirt and their body on the line like they've been doing it all season. Like, that's how they play. They're going to show some fake performance and try to do a thing. But no, we need to disrespect. We need to walk all over this team because they're dead. And I hate Conte. He's a fraud. So I want to apologize for all those reasons. He is a fraud. Anyone that
I said the same thing.
I'm sick of these stupid fans saying Conte, we need to back. Why do you back us? The guy is rubbish. Why would you back a fraud? Like, get the best out of your players, then ask for money. Don't keep on playing Emerson Royale instead of Jed Spence. Stop playing 5 at the back, 3 at the back, and then think, oh, I want money. The guy is absolute rubbish. Like, stop saying back Conte. And another thing, they don't have any money. Where do they find this? What? They think they got money hiding behind the sofa. I don't know where they think they got money from. They don't have no money. They paid a £1 billion pound stadium, and COVID happened. What money do the Tottenham fans think that they have?
They think Levy's hiding the money, bro.
Bro, I don't know they're wishing for some Jack and the Beanstalk type thing where they get some magic beans or something, but they are broke. They've got no money. There's a reason Levy's not spending money. They got nothing. Like, they actually, like, the money that they actually spent here, people don't realize the money they spent was the money to stay in the top 4. Like, that's the money they spent. They've got nothing. Without them staying in the top 4, they're in big trouble. The only reason they were getting away with the COVID is because everyone was a bit lenient on the way you have to pay back the money and the way they're servicing their debts. But in terms of that, how could you build a £1 billion stadium, and then go through COVID behind closed doors for however long it was, and then think you've got money to spend? Like, there's a reason they went after the players. For me, they went over the odds last year. 6 John Richarlison, they brought in Bissouma, Jed Spence, that defender from Udinese. I can't remember who else they brought in. Lele on loan.
Longley on loan, yeah.
You know, they brought in all these players, like, but they have no money. That was over the odds. Like, right now, Levy was expected, okay, we bought you all these players, yeah. You're Conte, you're supposed to be the man that does stuff with the squad, and we would be in the top 4. That was the plan of thinking. It wasn't we'll be struggling. And, you know, you were supposed to push for top 2 after last season, and they haven't done that. So I do not want to go in. I don't want to go into this game I'm not even thinking about a draw. I'm not thinking about a draw. I'm not even thinking about winning by less than a goal.
It's been 9 years.
I don't care. At this moment in time, I don't care. There's been 9 years, but those were Tottenham teams that were on the rise. This Tottenham team is on the way down. So I want to make sure that we step on the throat. It has to be 3-0, nothing less. Nothing less. Nothing less. 3-0, nothing less. Anything less than I'm calling for heads.
Wait, hold on. First of all, let's stop.
No.
First of all, Sugarcane is there. He's not banned. He is playing. Sugarcane is
the
playing.
same Sugarcane that missed a penalty. Nah, fam. I want everyone to get on his back. This guy missed a penalty and cost his country a chance at the World Cup. No, this is I don't.
Which
I don't hear none of that.
we were all grateful for.
I don't hear none of that. Like I'm sorry, Kane. No.
Yes, as Fulham have beaten Chelsea, bro. There's only one team in Southwest London, and it's not Chelsea.
Oh crap! I forgot this was a big derby as well. Listen, no.
But
Hey, Fulham have got what? 6 points clear.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, something like. Bro, I told you relegation settings, bro.
Hey, listen. We need Ole there, number 2.
Big Sam is available, bro.
Oh, Big Sam, you guys are.
But it's so funny.
No,
truth. I said exactly. It's mad.
You did before you came on.
Before you came on, I said exactly the same thing about what you're saying about Tottenham. I think Conte is a fraud as well, bro. I said it straight.
Yeah.
Big fraud. People don't realize his Champions League record is terrible when he wants to coach. And when he needs to coach, he doesn't coach. That's what he is. And he's complaining. And like I said, Pochettino didn't get this backing. This is why I feel sorry for Pochettino. No, he didn't get the backing in his players. Mourinho got even Mourinho didn't get this backing. He got all these players and players that he's used to working with or wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He has no
from Jed Spence.
And then you're still playing Jed Spence. You're not playing Jed Spence, you're playing that Cape Verdean brother. Bro, that's what he is. He's from Cape Verde, bro.
Listen. All right, but fair enough. Listen, at the end of the day, we understand that. But Sugarcane's still playing. It's a North London derby at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and Eddie Murphy is up front for Arsenal. Let's not forget.
He's balling. Leave it.
I don't care if we had Lukaku up front.
Okay.
He would score against this Tottenham defense. I'm sorry. These fans, if this is not going to be the same like last season, where their fans were fever pitch, their fans are going to be shit. This is going to be Quiet Hart Lane because it's going to be shaking. Because they're going to be scared of going 1-0 down. You know what? Tottenham fans are scared of being battered right now. Not any of them are confident. They're going on there on hope. They're going on there on hope, passion, blood and guts. That's all they think. In terms of quality, they know there's a huge chasm between us. And I want to take full advantage of that. We can't go in there and have no inferiority complex. On the throat. But my prediction is even 4-1. Anything less than 3 goals, then I'm calling names. I'm calling names out.
Hey, raw. Hey.
Hold on.
I'm going in.
Let's bring some perspective to this, right? As I said, it's a ground you haven't won in 9 years. So any victory will suffice at Tottenham Hotspur, right? Because any victory, as long as the performance matches the victory, any victory will suffice. Because at the end of the day, you're in a title race, you want the points, and it's someone you haven't won in a very long time. So taking a 1-0, 3 points, and getting out of there will do just because at the end of the day, no matter how crap they are, they're gonna be up for it. Their fans are gonna be up for it. The fans are,
but the players aren't. Who are these players?
Of course, the players are because do you know the players will be up for it because, and I'll tell you why. Because they know no performance in a North London derby and heads roll, so they have to be up for it. They have to be up for it because Tottenham fans will not have. It's the one game Tottenham fans will not have these players trying to be in cruise control.
Do you not remember the Emirates game?
Yeah, but that's at the Emirates. You always beat them at the Emirates.
No, I'm talking about their performance.
Yeah, but
they gave up.
Yeah, it's the Emirates though. They always do. Tottenham, bro. I said it on the poddy when we did the preview. I was like, "There's no point Tottenham going to the game because they're going to lose. They're always going to lose that game." But what I'm saying is
I'm sorry. We're in a title race, and I know what you're saying in terms of history and everything. Yeah, but as you said, if you are considering us in a title race, then we are going to these grounds, and it's not about the 3 points no more. It's about statement victory. It's about mentality shifting. I'm not going in there to scrape a 1-0 and have that same inferiority complex that we're just trying to keep ahead of Man City. If we want to do something, then we need to go in there and have a mentality and intent-making victory. It's not about scraping 1-0 no more. It's about going there and proving that you are in an actual title race. But if you're honest in what you're saying that we're in a title race, because I don't believe we're in a title race, but if you're honest if you're honest in saying that we're in a title race and the whole country saying that we're in a title race and the table shows that we're in a title race, then we have to go in there and prove we are. Anything less than 3-goal victory, then we're not in a title race.
I kind of disagree. I disagree
holding
with
the
you,
fort
bro.
until Man City eventually roll up.
I disagree with you, bro. I'm gonna lie to you. Any win, I'd say you're in the title race now. I don't care what you say. But if you beat Tottenham, it shows. That's what winning. We always say, even if you play bad, 1-0 and stuff like that. As long as you're getting the results, that's the sign of champions. So even if you get like a 1-0, I know you want to bust Tottenham's head open because Tottenham are playing crap. But even if you win like a 1-0 or 2-1 and stuff like that, that proves to me you're still in the title race. Because let's think about it again. As TJ said, you guys haven't won at White Hart Lane for a long time. If you do win and break that hoodoo, that's still a sign of progress, and that's a sign we're ready mentally to win. Even you don't have to win.
Let me tell you what's going to strike fear into Man City's heart. Man City are going to play you guys. Let's say they somehow pull out a victory. I don't think they're going to win at Old Trafford. But let's say they somehow pull out a victory at Old Trafford. Yeah, they're going to sit back and they're going to watch the North London derby. And if we are struggling, against a team that Man City are most likely going to run over this season, because Haaland, I'm pretty sure, is going to bag a hat-trick against Tottenham. If they see us struggling and just scrape out for 1-0, you think they're going to be sitting there saying, okay, Arsenal, we're scared of them. No, they're going to be looking at, they got away with it. I can't wait to play them to show them what I want. But if we go to White Hart Lane, and if we go trounce Tottenham, they are going to be sitting up and be like, oh, crap. We have to actually take this team seriously. We need to start... So I'll tell you why. This is how disrespectful Man City are. This is how disrespectful Pep is. Pep is saying, I don't even need to play my first team against the likes of Everton. I don't need to play my first team against the likes of Chelsea. I don't need to play my first team against the likes... Actually, he did play his first team against Chelsea, but he's doing a madness. But that man is talking about doing a madness in a flipping Manchester derby. He doesn't respect us right now.
No, he don't respect us.
It's true. No, he doesn't. He does not respect us right now. That's why he's trying all this madness, playing Rico Lewis, playing Palmer, trying different formations. This guy, he played Grealish for 2 games, even though he was playing whack and had Foden on the bench. Fam, he's thinking right now, Arsenal, they're just holding a place for us. Eventually, they're gonna slip off, so I could do whatever I want to do. I can mess around. The only way we are going to change that and make him sit up and realize, they've actually got some pressure, is by statement victories. Like that's how football works. Like that's how the mentality works. Like you can't keep on scraping through.
I don't think Pep thinks that way. I think Pep has massive respect for Arteta, and I think.
So why do you play that team against Everton?
That's Everton, though, bro.
Because Pep before
Pep
that team was
man,
good enough to win, and it was good enough to beat Everton.
Yeah, but truth, you know about what's it called? You know about how Pep moves. Pep always does the little mad thing. He's bored. If he's always doing the same thing,
he gets bored.
He gets bored. That's what it is.
I never saw Pep do this in his 3 title wins when Liverpool the one was.
Oh no, he was doing bullshit. He was, but he changed it at half time. He changed it at half time, bro.
No, when Liverpool were up his arse. He always played his best team in Liverpool.
I don't think he did what he did at Chelsea. I don't think he did stuff like that. But he was heavy on the rotation. He was heavy on the rotation. He was heavy on the rotation.
He would do rotation. I'm talking about who they played before Everton. I can't remember their first game back was.
I forgot.
Was Brentford the first or the last game before the World Cup?
No, Brentford was the one before they went away.
I can't remember. They played Liverpool in the Carling Cup.
I want to say West Ham.
It
was West Ham. West Ham at the...
It was Leeds. No, it was Leeds, no?
Leeds. It was Leeds. Yeah, it was Leeds. These 2 games, this guy, he's got his prime left back on the bench.
Yeah,
he's got Walker, who pocketed Mbappe on the bench. He's got Foden on the bench. Yeah. My man is playing, what's his name? Ake. Nathan Ake. Yeah, and you guys are telling me he's not taking a piss. I'm not talking about rotation. I'm talking about 2 games in a row. And then against Chelsea, trying a madness in that first half. I'm sorry. Against Liverpool.
We said he was doing the madness.
I think the Chelsea was more of a disrespect to Chelsea than it was to you.
Violation.
I think he just looked.
I'm taking disrespect to us because Liverpool were either 1 point behind or right up their bum, and he never ever messed around unless he needed to rotate, and he thought he needed to rotate because the players were playing a lot, or he just likes his rotation. This one, he's 7 points behind Arsenal. He's 5 points behind Arsenal, and he's like, you know what? Let me try this. Let me do this. What? Bam! And then he's talking about trying to have madness against United at Old Trafford. He doesn't respect us, so we have to make him respect us, and that's the only way. Beating Tottenham and having a statement victory is the only way he's gonna sit up and take notice.
So if you lose to Tottenham, are you sacking Mike L?
Yeah, look, as much as I do feel he needs to win, as in he needs to win something this season, he needs to do something special this season, because this is what?
Fourth season.
Dead, isn't it?
Third full season, his third full season.
It'll be 3.5, yeah. But
he's been here for 2.5 years. But his third full season. There has to be some fruit starting to bear. And I'm not talking about the fruits that's just yielding a top four, because for me, we need to start thinking about top four the way we used to think about it, especially if Newcastle become a place, become a fixture, and make a big seven. We need to start thinking about the top four as, we have to get to top four. Top four is just a building block in terms of, financial and marketing. That's how we have to start thinking about top four, as little building blocks. We can't be thinking about, we're going to keep in the top four, stay in the top four, because it's 4 teams out of 7. Like, it doesn't go. Someone's going to drop out.
Yeah.
So you just need to start thinking about how can we have a squad that can go through a process, miss out on top four, but then next season go hard. You get me? What you don't want to do is have a squad that's going to keep on declining. All of a sudden you wake up and you're Chelsea and you're in 10th place. that's what you're trying to avoid. So forget about the squad being top four. I want process. I want trophies. And I said a long time ago, I think that we were good enough to be the next team up. And let's be real, Man United are coming. Like,
We are so far away.
No, stop.
I think we're a couple. If I'm being honest,
we're still 2 years behind.
I think we're about a couple of years, personally. A couple, 2-3 years. Honestly,
you guys don't understand what Man United are. Man United are not just a football club. They are a brand. They are a brand. And as a brand, when they are going in the right direction, it's not just one step. They're taking 2-3 steps. And now I've always been scared of them getting a good manager, because what a good manager will do is change that culture up. And when that culture gets going in the right direction, all those players suddenly now don't have any excuse. They don't have any excuse. The likes of Shaw is balling out. Yeah, the likes of Rashford, players that we thought that are done are balling out. I know you guys don't like Bruno, but he's still balling out. All these players are balling out for a reason. The culture has changed. And that's the biggest thing you need in a football club. Like, it's the biggest thing. Like, you guys are always going to have the finance. Always have the finance. You guys are always going to have players coming to your squad over other teams. Like, you guys could just sell the name Manchester United. So you guys are taking 2-3 steps forward. For us, we're still taking, we only take miniature steps. Even though we're a big club, we don't have the financial power of Man United. If we were Man United in our position, we would have got Modric already. We would have got all of our targets already. But you guys are going to be, when you're more successful, in a good financial position, especially if you get Champions League football. So you guys are 2-3 steps ahead of other clubs in the same position. So with me, I need the trophies. I need the trophies now. Like, it's been too long, and I need the big trophies, the Carabao Cups. Hey, I've not seen my team win a Carabao Cup, fam. I want that Carabao Cup.
Yeah, you haven't actually. It's mad. You got to a final and Drogba turned up, bro.
We've gone to 2 finals. We've lost them.
Birmingham. Oh, yes.
3 finals, fam. 3 finals we've lost. I witnessed 3 losing finals. I want that Carabao Cup trophy.
Chesney and Koscielny were doing that bullshit.
I want the Champions League. I want the Super Cups. I want the what's it? what's the international one?
What? The Club World Cup.
I want the World Cup trophy. Yeah, the Club World Cup. I want the league. Like, I want the big trophies. Like now's the time.
Finally, as we wrap up, because we have been on for a while. Truth, scoreline, prediction, North London derby, away at Tottenham, difficult game. What is going to happen? First of all, how do you lot win this game, and what is the scoreline?
I want 5-1, but I'll settle for 4. I'll settle for 4-1. I'll settle for 4-1, and we win it. And we win it just by scoring the first goal. We score the first goal. That's it. Game's done. Fans are walking out. Yeah, fans. Look, we score the first goal. Tottenham are finished.
I agree.
They're done.
They're known as the comeback team. They're a second half team.
Nah, fam. There's only so long you keep taking it, fam. There's only so long you keep taking it. Look at the Aston Villa. You can't keep coming from behind, man. What are they, man? They only know one position. Nah, fam. They need to mix it up. They can't just keep on taking it from the wing. They can't keep taking it from behind, fam. Nah, mix it up, fam.
I hear that. ST,
change it up.
ST, what are you saying?
I'm saying 2-1 Arsenal. I think, don't get it twisted, I can't write out Kane just yet. I think he'll score. But I think that I think Arsenal will be 2-0 up, stuff like that. I think Arsenal will kind of dominate the game, and then Tottenham will try and attempt to come back. But I think it'll be closer than Truth thinks. So
I see it being a draw. I think it's going to be 1-1 in the end. I think it'll be a draw. I think just because of the Tottenham Hotspur hoodoo at the stadium, but Kane will score, and I think probably Saka will score. But it's going to be interesting as hell. As we said, it's derby weekend, as we call it, the Manchester derby, the North London derby. Implications of those two games are going to be massive.
What's Truth's prediction for the Man City Man United game? We even forgot to ask him.
Oh yeah, Man City Man United. Sam, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you guys. I know what Ten Hag's gonna do. As a coach, I know what he's gonna do. He's going to stop the supply. People are slowly realizing he stopped the supply to Haaland. Don't try to stop Haaland. Stop the supply, and that stops Man City. So I can actually see United putting off a 2-1.
Listen, fair enough.
Listen.
ST and I had different views on that. Bro. But people, listen. People, let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know what you think Manchester derby. Who have you got winning? How does it happen? Have you got Man City? Have you got United? Ten Hag, will he play that midfield that ST and I said? Will he go a little bit different? City, what will they do? Pep's talking about doing all sorts of madness, or will he revert to type? Let us know what you think about the North London derby, Spurs versus Arsenal. Have you got Spurs winning? Do you agree with the Truth? Does a statement have to be made? Or have you got Tottenham? Will Tottenham turn up for the one game that they always seem to turn up for? And let us know what you think about the suffering of Chelsea. Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? If you're not enjoying it, suck your mum, because you should be enjoying it, because it's great times to see Chelsea suffering. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. And I say all the time, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links up in the description. I want to say thank you very much, and Happy New Year again to my guys, ST and the Truth. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Happy New Year, man. Hopefully we can get more of these out. I know everyone's busy and stuff like that, but
No, we're gonna try to. We are gonna
try.
I got Tooth getting onto me about UFC, bro. Like, there's a big card after the next card, so we're gonna be trying to get everything out there. And people, we are working in the background trying to get everything. And the Truth is back now, people. As I said, they haven't. He's been uncancelled. He hasn't been cancelled anymore. So get onto him to start putting in more work to get back on. But this guy's Mr. Busy right now.
I'm gonna make a lot of guest appearances. Like, for me, I even ran home from my session time. I jogged home, like, so.
I hear that.
Bro. Here, I came from football. Literally, just took a quick shower, just came to do the potty, man.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. The later it is, the better for me.
Fair
That's
enough.
what it is.
This guy's trying to do some midnight podcast, bro.
Yeah, man.
What? That's when you can properly put it on YouTube. You know what I mean? The dark web.
Listen, you must think I don't have to get up early. You must be out of your mind, bro. Work.
Nah, fam, you guys are striking, fam. You're not waking up, man.
Bro, yeah, trust me.
On strike, man.
Man, them are walking to work because of you, man. You know? Like the olden days.
Hey, I don't know what they're talking about. That's not my profession. That's not my. But people, listen. People, stay safe out there. Be safe, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.